Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm so glad you're here with me. And if you're watching the replay, I'm really glad you're here on the replay with me. Today, I wanted to talk to you about nurturing transformation. First of all, let me back up. I'm Candace Mae with Candace Mae Training and Services. If you're a business owner and you're struggling to in these changing times of COVID and all that's happened to us, business has had to change. Business has had to pivot. Business has new challenges. Leadership has new challenges. There's so much going on. I want to start this week by inviting you to a workshop that I am doing with Stonehouse Consulting. We'll be doing it Thursday, August 20th at 11 a.m. It'll be a Zoom presentation, and I will put a link in the below comments for you to register. And if you want to reach out to me, Candace@CandaceMay.com, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. We can connect that way as well, or private message me. But for today's topic for this week, I want to talk about nurturing transformation. And that really ties in with that workshop, because that workshop we're talking about navigating the change in your business, in your people, and in your processes due to COVID-19. And there's a whole lot of things that have occurred on the landscape of our businesses and our communities that have arisen out of this COVID environment. You know, I've been bringing you these Facebook Lives since December 2019, and I have been enjoying connecting with you every Monday. I hope you've been finding value in these conversations. They really have been just to serve you in this precious time of life. And as we nurture transformation in our businesses and in our own lives, there's several aspects to that. One is, I think it's important, and this is going to sound different because most business coaches come to you and consultants come to you, and they're strictly talking about business strategy, which I can assist you with in that business strategy, in embracing change management and how to navigate and get your people to embrace and the business processes. You know, I was in IT for over 22 years, responsible for system implementations, integrations, re-engineering processes, and all of that. So, and I have an accounting background as far as my bachelor's degree. My master's is in IT. So all of these things come to you as a package for business consulting. But when I talk to you, you notice most of what I talk about is growth. And I do that because I think it's essential for really nurturing transformation in your business or in your personal life. Really begins with you growing yourself, because as you grow yourself, you lead from who you are on the inside, right? And as you grow and blossom, everything in your business starts to grow and blossom. It's just the natural law. Presence comes before strategy, and presence is being aware in the current moment, consciously tied into the moment right now. So many people live in the past, and they're projecting into the future based on events that happened in the past. It limits their business, it limits their growth in so many ways. So focusing on presence is really important. And you can do that through meditation of various things. And, you know, these Facebook Lives are not meant to go deep into instruction. They're just to touch topics, hopefully give you some meat to chew on, some information to think about, and hopefully to get you to connect with me so that we can work closer together. I also I do a Wednesday night program. You can see up here on the left corner, Unshackle Your Voice. You can be seen and heard. I do that as a co-host with Mary Denise, and we'll go deeper into this conversation and take a whole different angle to it. So please join us 7 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays for more depth of information and conversation. We want you to jump right in. The second point of nurturing transformation is to lead from the inside out. That goes along with what I was saying. You know, we have who we are. We're spiritual beings. We have a body. We live in this body. But in this body, we have a mind. And a lot of people think that we are our mind. The thoughts that creep across our brains and all that self-talk, whether it's positive or negative, all of that going on is really our mind. And our mind is a tool, just like your heart and your intestines and everything is a tool that functions and has physical intelligence to keep functioning. Your mind is a tool. It's not who you are. You are more than your mind. You are more than your thoughts. And if you've never embraced that before, I invite you to connect with me so we can dig deeper into that topic, because that is a really powerful place to be when you can figure out that your mind is a tool and it's to be utilized by you. Right now, a lot of people have their mind running their lives. They think they're their mind and it's running everything. When you can realize you're more than your mind and you can use your mind as a tool, a strategic tool, work on presence first and foremost, and then you work on bringing that mind under control and into a supportive role rather than dictating what's happening. And there's 9 areas of life when you really get into focusing on presence work and working through the power of being, the power of creative nature that you have within you. And those areas of growth, those 9 areas are your body, obviously, keeping your body healthy. It is an entity in and of itself that needs to be taken care of physically through eating, through exercise, through all of those things. Your mind, as I said, is a very powerful tool, and it is just that, a tool. And then your spirit is your eternal self. That's your real self, connecting in with that and being present with your spirit so that you can connect to a higher power that really flows power through you to serve. Any what we call shadow work or those psychological issues that have been brought into your life, undercurrents that evolve because of the environment that you grew up in and all those things, ethics, sex itself, work, emotional intelligence, and relationships. Those are 9 areas of growth that I like to work with you on. Besides the business strategy, when we're doing coaching. If I'm coming in to just do a workshop for your business, then that's great. That's powerful in and of itself. But when you're coaching with me, we like to go really serve you fully in a holistic approach. So that's the nurturing transformation that I like to get into. So we define nurturing transformation as identifying, envisioning, inspiring, and guided needed change that creates and nourishes a lasting difference, right? Leaves a positive influence in the lives of others. Change management is a tool that I have worked with in the corporate world and like to bring as a service to my clients to guide them whenever they need that service. Change management, we'll be talking a lot about that on Thursday at the workshop at 11 a.m. But change management is different. We have project management where we're working with processes or systems or buildings or any kind of construction or something that we're bringing into being needs a project plan with dates and milestones and targets and budgets and all of those things that go with it. And then above and beyond the project management, in connection with that project management, is the change management side. And that is when we engage people to get them to embrace the change that we're trying to bring forth. You can implement a great process or a great system, but if the people don't engage it, it's not really successful, is it? Same with a building. You can create a building or any kind of project, but if the people aren't coordinating and are working well with the project in and of itself, you could run into problems. So there's numerous change management models out there. I happen to like one called ADKAR, ADKAR, because I believe this is something that affects business processes, but also affects your personal growth. And that starts with awareness, the A, awareness that there's a challenge, awareness that there is a need for change. And then D is the desire to change, the desire. Now that you know that there's a growth issue or something that we need to fix in business, then we have to have the desire to change it. Because if you have an issue but you're not willing to change it, then you're not going to go anywhere with it, right? So there has to be the awareness of an issue, and then there has to be the desire to change it. And then K is for knowledge. Now that you have the desire and the awareness that there's a problem and you have the desire to change it, do you have the knowledge to go about changing it? Do you know how to change it? And once you know how to change it, you have to have the ability. So you have to develop the skills, and you have to take action into making those changes. And then the R in the model, ADKAR, is to reinforce. And that's how many times in business have you implemented a new system or a new process? And some things you only do in business every 6 months, or you close your books once a month, and then every 6 months you have some kind of inventory process, or then once a year, only year-end closing, and so you only do it once a year. So those things can be easily forgotten of the new procedures. So when you do them rarely, it's harder to remember the new change. So reinforcement is really important, that you're spending time to document the processes, getting those really clear, and then rewarding employees for actually engaging those new processes and keeping them alive and revamping them as they go. So even in your own personal growth piece, there's reinforcements that you want to reward yourself for when you're making progress in your growth. So let's see, I have a little note here. It says, if you've been on a growth journey for some time, yes, that's right. I have a note here. If you've been on a growth journey for some time and you're ready to move into the next level of your growth, or you're stuck in some transaction, I am more than happy to help you. I have 2 client spots open, and I would love to have you meet with me to discuss what it would look like to work together, so I can hear about what are the challenges that you're going through right now, and see if I can help you and how together we can decide if we're a good fit. So leave me a message or give me a call. On my Facebook page, my phone number, my email, everything is listed there. So just reach out to me, leave a message here, and visit my website, CandaceMae.com. It's down here on the bottom of the screen, and my contact information is all there as well. I'd love to connect with you, and have a blessed day. Be sure you're nurturing your transformation and the transformation of those around you. Bye-bye.